transforming this say that again. Transforming what? Transforming Finley's transforming is what you said.
It's fundamental transformation.
Fundamental transformation. Okay, what that means is we're taking the rich becomes richer, the poor becomes poor. So we're coming more like what King George did. Like before Robin Hood.
They're taking and they're cutting everything from down below because they do the same thing. It's just repeating itself. But this is all about
King Richard. Remember King Richard, Robin Hood?
Positioning themselves globally.
Hey,
what this is about.
Hey, remember King Richard, Robin Hood?
You realize that all the money went to the top.
Right.
And then they took all their purses and they went and they hoard themselves out around the world.
Right.
That's what they've all done. And now, globalization.
Right.
Kumbaya.
Yep.
That's not the way it's going to be. Because now that we've got the globalization, now the nation against nation is going to start. Now you're going to get Russia, China, North Korea, Japan. Now you're going to get them all stuck. Because you know what? There's bullies on the street.
Yep.
There's bullies. And they're coming.
Yep.
There's no stopping it now. We've already gotten to the floor. We should have never agreed to fundamental transformation. And we should have really asked what the hell globalization and what's in it for us for globalization. Seriously. We have no jobs here. We make nothing in this country. And yet it's going to come back. It's going to have a backlash.
Yeah, it's going to have a huge backlash.
Whether it's 5 minutes, 5 years, or 50 years, that's not for me to know. What for me to know is to, in my time right now, expose what I see and what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a little girl from Long Island. And I just, do what I do because I have grandbabies that aren't even born yet. My child's in high school. What the hell's the future hold for her?
Yeah.
So, so I'm going to continue exposing the truth for whatever it is. I mean, we all have our faults. I get that. But we've gone way too far the other way, Mark. It's absolutely absurd. It's ridiculous. And it just, we've got to take it back. We can't rely on anybody, and that's the truth. We've got to reach inside of each and every one of us individually and make a stand. Ask yourself, where do you stand on abortion? And then stand behind it. Where do you stand on this? Where do you stand? Ask yourself the question. That's what we should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you understand and you answer to yourself, you'll have an opinion. But right now, I am so sick and tired of hearing from grown men, well, if it doesn't affect me, I don't care. I mean, that isn't the stupidest answer I ever heard.
Right.
Even if it doesn't affect you, you don't care. I guarantee you, do you have any children? No? Oh, that's why it doesn't affect you. Are you serious? It's about somehow standing up and just doing the right thing. That's all. And the only way it's going to change and happen, Mark, there is nobody going to come down. Already, God gave us. It's already here. What we have to do is wake up and use it. It's called the human spirit. It's called doing the right things. It's called morals. It's called ethics. It's called having a conscience. Wake up, America, and face the dragon that's breathing down our necks.
Right.
You've got to make a decision what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Serious. And, I just raised a child who just turned 18, finished in high school. It's about raising a country. It's like raising a child. What do we accept and what do we not accept?
Right.
There are certain friends that I don't want my child play with. There's certain people in our administration I would prefer that we weren't playing with right now either. Or in bed with.
Oh, I have a question for you. You got a daughter who's 18. How does she feel about what's going on right now? What is her reaction on all of this?
Well, Justin Angel's been around Lawrence and I. We started writing. We've been on the radio for over 5 years, twice a week. So she actually, I have a letter from her to the university from her teacher. Justin Angel is well beyond. In explaining she's well beyond the narcissistic that we see today in our youth. Justin Angel is socially, politically, and spiritually knowledgeable. This letter is so impressive, and as a mom, I am overwhelmed. I cried when I read this. But how does she feel about it? She knows that what I'm doing now is somehow a prelude to her future, wherever that and however that happens.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter also, is a survivor of the meningococcemia, deadly bacterial infection.
Yeah.
There are only 3,000 cases in the world a year, and it kills in 6 hours. My
Wow.
daughter is the sole survivor with no brain damage and no amputation. So she's got a different life than most kids. She went through more things than probably most adults would ever see in a lifetime.
Right.
So she spiritually knows that we're on the wrong road, but she's also just a teenager. So, she pays attention. But right now, I don't kind of make it her life. I just keep her informed.
Right. Okay. Okay. Well, we respect that, no problem. But anyway, I just want to get get her intake on with everything that's going on over here, because it's important to actually have these, the kids who are just coming out of college and high school, get them educated, because it's important right now, with especially the minimum wage right now, $15 an hour. It's like, and you got McDonald's closing down, you got Wendy's shut down, you got Applebee's closing 150 their stores, you got Walmart closing 90 stores, you got Target closing 150 stores, you have Albertsons closing another 35 stores across this country, and then you have also.
You can compare statistics all you want, but until this country feels it, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't. They don't care what happens if they can afford it. What's in it for me? There's no how can I serve. It's a lot of what's in it for me.
Right.
And until we rein that in and have some sort of moral compass, nothing's going to change.
Right. Right. I mean, I can imagine how, you're struggling. I think America is all struggling here, trying to make sense of all this that's going on, and at the same time too, they got Facebook blocking us. They got Facebook blocking you. You got Facebook blocking World War II veterans.
That Facebook and all that, the whole internet was a long time ago, Mark. Come on, when you had Gates and you had Obama and you had Zuckerberg in their meeting, are you serious?
Yeah.
Come on, this is not new. You know damn well they sold out. They made a deal on what they were going to do, and if something steps over the line, or it might go.
Yeah, 2004. Yeah, became a senator. Yeah.
They're controlling everything. They know exactly what they're doing. But the whole idea is that, come on, that we were sold out. And everybody just keeps going on and putting more of their lives out there, more of their lives. Right now, what are they going to do to me? I mean, you Google me and you've got me connected in every which way, and you too. I mean, where are we going? So we've got to keep standing up. But other than that, nobody wants to do shit, man. That's a big problem.
No, it is.
And until we find some sort of leadership that's going to stand up against what they're doing to us, it's not going to change.
Right.
I mean, we just keep throwing money at this stuff. My biggest question, too, is you got all these black leaders in Chicago, Boston, and Philadelphia and everything. It's like, excuse me, but why hasn't none of this worked? I mean, I don't get it. These inner cities, we've been throwing that money at you for about 2 decades. Oh, nothing's working. So tell me, when do we say we had enough and your way isn't working? When do we try a different way? That's my question. When do we try a different way? Unfortunately, like most people, when we have the power of choice, they don't use it. And therefore, they go on and ignore and kick the can, whatever you want to call it. But sooner or later, they back themselves into a corner. And you know what happens when you're in a corner? You can only opt for what's in front of you because you've forfeited your power of choice.
That's right.
You no longer have a power of choice. You have to opt for what's in front of you. Does this country not see that?
Right.
We are removing America's power of choice until we are going to find ourselves in a corner. And what we're going to have to do is opt for what they're handing us, or not necessarily handing us, for what they're shoving down our throat.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you know what? This is the time that we should be screaming out on. These are the issues we should be standing for. And we're not.
That's right.
We're not.